Have you ever walked into a place and felt like someone or something was watching you? Like the air suddenly felt heavy, the shadows stretched a little longer, and an icy chill crawled up your spine? Haunted houses aren't just creaky old buildings with dusty corners. They're places where the past refuses to stay quiet, where memories linger, and where some souls simply can't move on. Today, we're stepping into the most haunted houses in the USA. These aren't just stories, they're real experiences from real people who walked through these doors and came out forever changed. So, turn down the lights, get cozy, and let's dive into some of the most chilling tales ever told. Let's start in New Orleans at the LaLaurie Mansion. At first glance, it looks like a beautiful old home. Big iron gates, fancy balconies, and tall windows. But behind its elegance lies one of the darkest stories in American history. In the early 1800s, the mansion was owned by Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a wealthy socialite who was known for throwing grand parties. But behind closed doors, she was hiding something horrifying. In 1834, a fire broke out in the mansion. When firefighters went inside to put out the flames, they discovered a hidden room, and what they found was beyond disturbing. People, enslaved by the LaLauries, were chained, starved, and tortured in unimaginable ways. The horror of that discovery shocked the entire city. Madame LaLaurie fled New Orleans, disappearing forever. But her mansion remained, and according to those who've stepped inside, it's anything but empty. Visitors have reported hearing faint cries coming from the walls, feeling icy hands on their shoulders, and seeing a shadowy figure staring down from the second-floor window. Some believe it's Madame LaLaurie herself, unable or unwilling to leave the place where her darkest secrets still linger. One visitor shared that while taking a tour, they felt an intense pressure in one room, as if someone was standing right behind them, breathing down their neck. When they turned around, there was no one there. The stories go on and on, but one thing's for sure. The LaLaurie Mansion isn't just another old building. It's a place where the past feels very, very present. Now let's head over to Philadelphia, to the towering, cold stone walls of Eastern State Penitentiary. Built in 1829, this prison was meant to reform criminals through complete isolation. Each inmate was locked away in their own tiny cell, with barely any light and absolutely no human contact. It was supposed to make them reflect on their crimes, but instead, it drove many of them insane. Visitors today.
The silence, the darkness, was too much for some to bear. Visitors today often describe feeling watched as they walk through the crumbling halls. Some hear faint whispers or distant footsteps echoing down empty corridors. One staff member shared a chilling experience. While closing up for the night, they heard chains rattling behind them. But when they turned away, nothing. There's one area in particular, a solitary confinement cells, that people say feels unbearably heavy. Some visitors have described feeling their chest tighten, as if the air itself was pressing down on them. Others have claimed to hear soft sobbing coming from empty cells. One tour guide recalled seeing a shadow dart across the hallway out of the corner of their eye. When they turned to look, the hallway was completely still and silent. The walls of Eastern State seem to hold the weight of all the suffering and isolation they've witnessed. And for those brave enough to visit, it's an experience they never forget. Next, we're heading to Los Angeles, to the infamous Cecil Hotel. At first, it was meant to be a glorious spot for travelers and Hollywood elites. But over time, it became known for something much darker. Tragedy after tragedy unfolded here, mysterious deaths, unsolved crimes, and stories that just don't add up. But the most well-known is the chilling case of Elisa Lam. In 2013, Elisa was staying at the Cecil when she mysteriously vanished. Days later, her body was found in one of the hotel's water tanks. But here's what makes this story so haunting. Before her disappearance, security cameras captured Elisa acting strangely in an elevator. She pressed all the buttons, peeked around the corner as if someone was following her, and then she vanished. Guests and staff at the Cecil have reported strange occurrences ever since. Some have woken up in the middle of the night to hear soft crying in the hallways. Others claim to have seen shadowy figures standing at the end of long, dimly lit corridors. One guest described feeling someone sit on the edge of their bed while they were sleeping. When they turned on the lights, they were completely alone, but the mattress still had an indent, as if someone had been right there. The Cecil Hotel feels like a place where sadness and darkness have soaked into the walls. It's not just haunted by spirits, it feels haunted by the weight of everything that's happened there. Now let's visit Harrisville, Rhode Island, home to the house that inspired The Conjuring. In the 1970s, the Perron family moved into an old farmhouse, hoping for a peaceful life. But almost immediately, strange things started happening. Doors opened and closed on their own. Objects moved across tables without anyone touching them. And then they started seeing her. Bathsheba. Legend has it Bathsheba was a woman who lived in the house in the 1800s and was accused of practicing dark rituals. Her presence was described as cold and hateful. One night, Mrs. Perron woke up to find Bathsheba hovering over her bed, her face twisted with anger. The family brought in paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who confirmed something dark was tormenting the Perrons.
If you love spine-tingling stories like these, and want to keep exploring the mysterious and unexplained, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story. And let us know in the comments, would you dare to spend a night in any of these haunted homes? Now, let's continue our journey, if you're brave enough.